Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm your host, Sir Stephen Top of that the third at your service. Now, I know in the last podcast I tried to explain to you that a lot of people have been hearing things that aren't true, right? We acknowledge that a lot of it is falsified, which is true, right? We're going to be talking about a topic called innocent until proven guilty. Now, we talk about this as the justice system, right? You want me to be innocent, right? But you have to prove someone else that is guilty, right? The only way I'm going to do this is reverse this because this is the only one way to do it, right? Guilty until proven innocent, right? It's the other way round, forward. But the Norfolk Railway are guilty because they're sweeping something under the carpet, right? They tell you that I'm not allowed on the premises, then that you end up being ordered to do that because obviously to keep your job, which is wrong. You know it's wrong to carry a lie, right? So that lie makes you guilty at the moment. You'll feel guilty because you're taking on a lie, right? A lie that will not make you proven innocent until you get it off your chest, right? You know you're carrying a burden, a selfish reason for nobody. But this is all the management's fault. You should know this. If you were the management and you were part of the management, right? You wanted more evidence than just the written material, right? You got to establish that for obvious reasons, right? A lot of people will dig. They will look for answers. Get your head in the gear and wake up and smell the coffee for this one. This one is not going to let you go until you realise I'm innocent, they're guilty. Right? They feel that everything is right to their standards. They think they are hierarchies. They think they are in charge. I said, no, they're not. They may be in charge of you because top. They think they're the top dogs, right? No, they're not. Right? So when somebody tells you something that's true, right? Like myself, you know I'm innocent, right? Innocent, right? Then you've got to add in the missing link, right? There's three pieces to every puzzle here, right? You've got to establish you've got one innocent person, and then you've got to basically the Norfolk Railway, the management I'm talking about, not the porters or the guards, because they are innocent. They're victims, right? We established about the computer virus as an example of the chain of how it works, right? We establish everything by the book, right? You need to realise, don't judge a book by its cover. Because what you're doing, you're biting the bullet, saying, innocent, innocent, innocent. All the people around the globe, 8 billion people, know I'm innocent, right? They can't prove that I'm guilty because they can't put the two together to work out what he didn't do it. Why pursue further to the future with all that flaming problem and then you got that problem on your head, in your head, in your head, and it makes it all toxicated. You're the ones that are gonna feel ill in the end of the day. I'm not, I'm innocent. Why? You have to establish the North Norfolk Railway will never feel that they are in the right because they lie. They're deceitful, right? Right? They are guilty because they're hiding the truth from you, the logic from it, and also that they've been lied to as well. So work it out. Go down go up the chain, right? You've got 5 of these, but right. Let me explain to you why that the North Norfolk Railway has been misled by one person, right? Not by me, because I'm innocent, right? There are times when you think things unfold for a reason, right? You have to establish that you that the management are telling you not to allow me on the platform, right? As example, one move. They've got the real truth under the carpet, right? That truth is the lie that you're carrying. You got to realize, get it off your system, get it out of the system. Why? Because you're carrying the same lie as them. Why? I'm telling you. Why? You can't get it in your head. The community knows that I'm innocent. The North Norfolk Railway doesn't give a shit, excuse my language, but the management is telling you this 3 times, right? Say, he won't get on this platform, he won't get this, and he won't get that, right? They tell you not to let me on the platform, right? Because they're hiding. They feel guilty. They've got nothing to hide except their guilt. Why? When somebody is guilty of something they're committed to, that they've done wrong, right? Right? What happened is the whole flaming town, the whole community will know it's a lie. Right? They know it's a lie because they would not accept that. If they worked for the North Norfolk Railway today, they will not take that lie on. Why? Because you are asking for trouble. The North Norfolk Railway is asking for big trouble. They're asking for one person to take on this lie and take the responsibility for it. I am not taking no responsibility for their actions. Their consequences is on them. Right? You have to realise they booted us all out from the beginning. They screwed up. Right? We're all innocent. There's enough evidence to prove that to the cops. Right? The cops will have to realise and wake up and smell that damn coffee every morning. When they ring up, oh, they 999, and they come through and they come do, and they say, right, what's up, la la la, they write it all down, right? They don't want to let go of what they believe was true, right? The cops will have everything on black and white, don't get me wrong, and say, right, we are carrying this lie as well because we can't authorisation it, blah, 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 right? The management at the North Norfolk Railway is telling all the porters, the guards, everybody on the platform not to let me on, and they basically threw the book at me and said, how can you dictate that you're carrying a lie for somebody that's done something wrong in the management? If the management is lying to the management, they're hitting themselves. So what do? They blame it on to someone that's weaker than you. If I was saying like this, right, right, would you ever in your entire life, right, hit somebody or blame someone who's got a weaker point here? What you would call a a disability, for example? Yes, target, easy practice. Right? They've done it to 1,000 people and myself and the volunteers and the employees, and what are they ending up with? Nothing. Why? Because the management lied to you about me, saying that he did this, he did that, he did this, he did that. Why? Innocent until proven guilty. Right? I'm not guilty because I didn't do any actions. What did I do? I played clever. While all the management is the ones that have been swearing and cursing and all of that and feel like they got away with it. Think about it. a steam team that didn't do nothing wrong, and you got end up with a diesel team, and you got this bloody lot of morons thinking they got everything under the radar. And think about it. If you really look at it, I'm innocent, they're guilty. Right? If people keep judging me as a guilty party, I would just say, no, I'm not. Why? Too honest, too caring, too supportive. Why? Because I've been brought up into bloody in a way that you never thought. You thought I'm like my father, but I'm not. We may have the same genetic code line down the line, but you can't say, "Oh, he's not allowed on the platform because we've been told to say that you can't." Blah blah blah. Do you know what? Right, for all the porters, the guards, and everybody else on that platform should realise now. They should have said, "We shouldn't be listening to this management at all." They lied. A lie can only go so far until it is actually been falsified to begin with. A falsified lie going in a round circle. That circle's been contaminated, right? How do you clean it up, or how do you vaccinate it, or how do you clear the virus out, right? You got to realise you got an innocent bystander, and you made him feel guilty because he hasn't done nothing wrong. Right? I'm not taking that guilt because I know I'm innocent. Think about it. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Would you take all of that shit on? No. Because you realise you are innocent until proven guilty, right? But you're not guilty. Or I'm not guilty. The problem is, people on the platform don't realise they're taking the lie on. And taking that lie on is like hurting them. And then they blame me for it because they think was in control or whatever problem that was in proven right. I said that wasn't nothing to do with me. I didn't even tell people that that I was physically verbally abusive. It's just like a lot of people get misled on the process, right? And that's what's happened. I'm innocent. The management set me up, and then the management tells you this, and then you got misled, and you followed with that lie all the way through. So what does it happen to you when you feel like, oh shit, we're carrying a lie here. We can't fucking lie to the government or the community or the bloody people. We can't even lie to anybody else. We have to be true, but you also have to be truthful to yourself. If you can't be truthful to yourself, where does the bloody you know what I mean? So then you got a witness, right? You got no witnesses, you got no proof, and you got no guarantees, right? All you got is a written material that says what I was claimed to be doing did not happen at all that way, right? Just because there were people that I know of that know I was innocent, right? The Norfolk Railways will always listen to the management because they are bent. They are useless bunch of imbeciles, right? You're gonna have that management, right? And they're gonna twist your minds until you bloody die. When you die, that's it, game over, right? You have to realise you're carrying their lie to make somebody innocent guilty. So it's reversed. So then you're basically making the guilty person that was innocent on the outside, not the inside. Outside to the inside. Right? When somebody gives you a gift of a lifetime, right? somebody that's really useful to know these things, right? Law is the law, right? We have to make sure that you stay innocent, right? The management don't give a shit about you. All they caring about is like passing the buck, right? One of these days, they will end up realizing we carried this lie. We screwed up. We fucked up. Excuse my language, but it's the truth. You're ending up carrying that burden, and I don't want you to. I don't want you to take orders from them. You have to do what you were set out to do. Just do the job nicely and help the people out. Talk to them. Acknowledge them. Don't don't piss about like they do because you'll end up as bad as they would. Then you're in the same bucket as them, and I'm the one who's innocent. So what happens when the innocent is until proven guilty, right? We all know the justice system can do this quite better than anything, right? But you screwed up. You lied to the cops to get rid of me so badly. The management is laughing their heads off. They're telling you a lie, and then they scrub it under the carpet. I'm not having that on my conscience. Do you know why? Because I'm innocent, right? I'm not guilty, innocent. The management are the guilty party. The porters and the guards and everybody else are just carrying on that lie. So what happens when a lie has been told to you? Right, there's a difference between the truth and a lie, right? We all know that, right? That the truth and the lie are totally two different things, right? A long time ago, even in this very day, the lies always win. Why? The lies are more commonly known as the what you call from the truth, the actual truth, and a lie. Right? I'm not lying about my truth. No. Right? With the management at the moment, right? They're lying and telling you that's true. No, it isn't. For them, it's reversed. Why? They're telling their version of the event, which is not true. Right? They're establishing to you that I'm a bad person on the block. Right? That person feels like I'm innocent, I know that. But the rest of the community, the whole community knows it. Right? Stop fucking about and listen to yourselves. Are you going to carry that bloody weight on your shoulders to realise you're carrying a lie? This is a lie from the management of the North Norfolk Wherry themselves. They don't give a shit about you. Right? They kick out Tom, Dick and Harry regardless of what you have done or not done. Right? They already judge you guilty before you become innocent. Right? So when people say, how do you know these things? Because I already witnessed it ahead of schedule before I jumped onto the platform. Right? So I know what was ahead of me. Right? I knew I was innocent. And the management of the North Norfolk Railway can't prove me that I'm guilty. The only thing they got is written material, which is a load of BS. This is why the management is having a go at all the porters and the guards and saying, don't let this person because he did this and this and this and this. Right? Don't carry that fucking burden or you end up with that problem. You're ending up reversed. Right? You're ending up with a problem. Right? You're ending up losing. Look at yourselves and look at what you're supposed to be is the people that should respect you, but they're not going to get that respect from you because you lost. You lost that respect. right? Because they realised what you've fucking done. You screwed up. You want that respect back, you're not going to get it back. Right, I'm innocent, yes. The management are guilty. They're not going to jump to the cliff and say, let's give the North Norfolk Railway a second chance. I will say, don't. Because they just stabbed you in the back, they stabbed me in the back, they stabbed my grandfather in the back, they stabbed everyone else in the back. Right? I'm not going to mention names, but I will tell you now. The management have already made their minds up before you were even judged. They're not executioners. They're both just dumbasses. Get it in your heads. Innocent until proven guilty. They don't have enough evidence to even commit me. Right? They have no rights. Right? They're the management of the North Norfolk Railway. No, they're the management of the assholes. Because they don't deserve to work in that position. That position is declared as what you would call a disgrace. Right? And you got to end up realising the North Norfolk Railway won't take no for a shit. Right? The management screwed you all over and told you this guy has done this, and this, and he's not allowed on the premises, right? That lie has been going around for 6 years. Even more than that, if it has to be, right? But innocent until proven guilty. It's what I'm trying to establish with you. And acknowledge that the North Norfolk Railway are a bunch of... They believe a lie, let that lie go into their heads. What they will do, they will figure that out in their heads. How could this guy be physically abusive when he hasn't done that? He may be a little bit verbally, but that's just because it's the nature of what I'm trying to establish, right? A lot of people don't know how lucky they are until they lose me. When they lose me, then they will cry more for everything. Why? They screwed up the bloody lot and screwed up everything you want, right? Or need. You've got the needs and the wants. You've got to put that down inside, in your head. Why is this guy so innocent? But he's not proven guilty because he hasn't done nothing wrong. Right? You got to realise you've been told by the management to say that, oh, we've been told to do this and this, we can't let you on, la la la, going down the chain, right? Then you're acting like, what planet are you all living on? You were born, raised to do a job, right? Which I understand, right? But there is a fine line of being told a lie over everything else. If you were ordered to stop me from going on a platform, they're hiding the truth from you. The truth is, behind that lie is this. One, they got a guilty conscience, right? And they don't want to admit that they got a guilty conscience. So they blame it on the person that's innocent, someone that is weaker, someone that's got no... You get the drill where I'm coming from, right? So what they do is, we get all these volunteers to be set up and get all the former employees to be set up in a different direction. I overheard it in the overheard it in the office, you damn morons. This is what I'm saying to the management. The management doesn't know I was overhearing things. My eyes and ears are more bloody powerful than your mind will ever be. Right? You're establishing that, well, we've done wrong, and right, they play innocent to start off with, but the actual paperwork is right under their bloody bullet, right? Who Harkett, who isn't well right now, who's Sydney in all of this, I know his personality, inside and out, right? You have to work out, why wouldn't he let devious deeds or prove this lie? You can't have that lie spread all around the globe, because all the people around the globe all know I'm innocent, right? Until proven guilty. You have to be realistic, right? So what happens? When you look at that letter, or whatever was told in that letter, what do you see? A setup. So what happens when a setup has occurred? Then the management are laughing their heads off all the time, every day, every night. Why? Because they got rid of me, right? But at the same time, I'm innocent because I wasn't doing nothing. Why? My private connection went to my face and told me I was innocent. There's enough people out there that know I'm innocent. Right? Intelligent brains can get you better jobs than working at porters and guards and all the employees and volunteers. They need to wake up and smell that bloody coffee. Because you're not winning and you're not losing. All you're doing is being stuck in the middle. So you believing a lie will kill you. But how do you rectify it? Right? You've got an innocent bystander until proven guilty, right? There is no way they can move forward until they have me on the platform. There's a catch to this. What is the one thing they fail the most? Nothing. All you've done is caused this problem over the other. Right? The management will get fired. Right? The new management will come in and they will believe that lie first and then still kick me out. Why? Because they believe that lie. They believed the lie and it carried on. The chain will keep going until all of you are all bloody dead. Even the globe, the man of the world, and everybody. Dead, 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 dead. Why? Work it out. What did you screw up that should not happen at all? And you screwed it up, Norfolk Railway management. You should know better than anyone else to grow up, have a pair of pants. Doesn't matter if you have a bollocks or vagina. It doesn't matter. The problem is, whoever was at charge at that time is in the wrong. You know I'm innocent, right? I can prove my innocent, but the management are guilty. Why? You all want respect. You all want this. You all want that. But you will not get it now because you booted me out. So you screwed up. So the management has carried a lie, and that lie went to the cops. The cops took that lie as well. They all guilty. All of you. Why? Because you carried a lie. Because you believed that lie over the innocency. You did not always witness it, number one. You know I did not hit out. There will be a day when you realise there's something more to me than your money's worth. Right? You got to realise I'm innocent, you're guilty. Why is the guilty party always hiding in the shadows when I'm not? Think about it. It's the fact, it's the truth, and it's the logic, isn't it? Right? Guilty parties go in hiding. Innocent people go into the light and head towards the public. Why? Think about it. The porters and the guards are doing a similar scenario. They hide in the shadows, but they're also innocent to a point. But for my case, I'm always innocent because I always show myself, show my face, keep talking to people, communicating people in the nicest way possible, right? So I'm not guilty. So the people that are guilty is the management of the Norfolk Railway. They lied to the EDP. They lied to Norfolk News. They lie to every newspaper around the bloody globe, right? It doesn't matter if it's a UK newspaper or what. The fact is that the management lied to the staff, and they also lied to themselves to get rid of me, the innocent one. So work it out. They're guilty because they don't show their faces. They're guilty because they can't solve their own problems correctly. Right? Person that's innocent, alright? Right? A lot of you know that I'm innocent, right? A lot of you do, right? A lot of you. I'm not saying that's only one place, but it's everywhere. Right? Establish that innocent until proven guilty. You can't prove that I'm guilty because you lost when you lost respect from me the day that you set me up. So you're the ones that are guilty. You're the ones that are crying wolf, saying, I want this, and I want that, we want this, we want that, we got that, and we want this. Do you know what? People are going to get sick and tired of that and realise that you're begging for it. Right? You're not going to win. Right? So the management are guilty. The porters and the guards and everybody on the platform are taking on that lie. So they become guilty. But they're not just guilty with carrying it, they're carrying it on. They believe that lie and being guilty themselves. So by carrying it, it's like saying a criminal goes into a shop and steals stuff, right? But it's not just one of you. There's all the staff on that platform that are doing that, right? They're carrying the same burden, and the cops come in and they tell you, you're guilty, guilty, guilty. We saw you did that, did this, did that, right? They will witness it with their own eyes and ears, not just their bloody noses. But the fact is, they will know, right, that the management had made all the bloody staff of the North Norfolk Railway their accomplices. So what happens when the cops get involved? They will find you all guilty, not innocent. Why? Work it out. You have an innocent person outside who's going out talking to people in the nicest way, like me. Go and talk to other people nicely, have a drink with them, associate with them, and everything else. What would you do if you realised that the management of the North Norfolk Railway are going to be the guilty party because they always have been? Why? They're not going to take. They're not going to take the full responsibility of their own actions, right? They take responsibility of their action regardless. But then they will ask you to say, look, don't let this guy on the platform, don't let this guy on the platform, don't let this guy on the platform. And it will repeat the record until somebody really clicks their heads in and realises it isn't true. Because it's innocent. Because not everyone saw that action, nor did nobody else. Right? I'll be honest with you, and I'll be straightforward, right? I may say back off, right? To one individual, that's all. I didn't physically touch or hurt anybody in any shape or form, right? Then you got, like, say, physically, verbally abusive. You can't charge me with that, because that's a lie. So you got me who's innocent, who's going round the public saying I am the only one that I'm telling the truth, and the guilty party is the management. The management will carry that guilt and pass it on to all the bloody staff of the North Norfolk Railway. They will carry that lie as much as they would, and you'll end up being accomplices, and you'll go to prison. Why? Because you all shared that lie. You all shared in that problem. So everybody that got booted out are all innocent with me as well. Well, all the guilty parties all in the North Norfolk Railway. Why? You're all guilty And you know it. And you hate to admit it yourself. So when you realise that you've been lied to, wake up and smell a coffee, for God's sakes. Doesn't even take a genius to work that out that cops won't deal with that problem and sort it out and clear my name so easily? No, it's going to take them another year or so before they can click, click, click. Why? By speeding them up a bit. Ding, 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 ding. Why? You screwed yourselves over. The North Norfolk Railway should never listen to the management. Why? Use your own heads for once. Look at yourselves. You know, it's gone on for 6 years and you screwed yourselves over because you believed that lie. For so damn long. You've been told, lied, and been deceived. Why? You shouldn't carry that lie for them, nor would I. Would you ever stand up and realise how stupid you are? Wake up and realise why bother? Like it's like asking if I was a porter and I was like doing the job that I was supposed to do, and I was told by the management to carry that lie, I would tell them no, I won't, because I'd rather be innocent than guilty. Why? The guilty person would not admit that they are in the wrong. Right? What can you do? There's two ways to get out of this, and you better use my wise judgment on this. You cannot work for the railway, the North Norfolk Railway itself, because it's corrupted. You've got a management that doesn't believe in what you will call, in layman terms, their actions is made the consequences. Right? You got to realise it was their action, not my consequences. It's their fault, right? They blame you. They blame every Tom, Dick, and Harry on that platform. Why? Because they want you to share in that guilt, right? You got to realise, snap out of that. Get your head in the clouds and get out of that uniform and go home. Why? You know, if you stay there, you're in the wrong. Because you're living with that lie. You can't live with that lie. If you were brought up like me with a family that loves you and adores you and do everything under the sun for you, you will realise, snap out of it. Right? You're going to end up being, you'll be from guilty to innocent straight away. Why? Because if you stay on that platform, you'll be living a lie. Then you will be classed as guilty because you're accomplices of the bloody management's actions. So work it out. Work backwards. You know the truth behind the whole charade. You know the problem. You know scenario. You know I'm innocent. You know everything. Just get in your heads and realise I can't stay on this platform because you discriminated a disabled person, number one. And number two, you didn't ask no questions in front of me, which is true. I'll put that in the bloody letter some point. And number three, I'm also going to have to stand up. Why? Because I'm innocent. Right? You cannot do what is necessary and then just take on that lie, because that lie will kill you. As I stated in the long past broadcast, you really need to get out of that radar and realise you're in the wrong. You're not going to win above all else and realise that you're in the wrong because you're you got a guilty bloody management that won't admit they are in the wrong. They will never do it because what they've done is they're sitting on that bloody chairs doing their paperwork and written right, yep, doing their paperwork right. They can't be bothered to show themselves. That's wrong. Number one, that's strike one. Strike two, that they continue to do it, right? And strike three, they're out of the system. Why? Somebody that's going to realise there is a problem on that railway. Besides me, obviously. I already know what's ahead of the future, so I don't need to lecture you. Right? I'm innocent, they're guilty. Right? I'm making you aware that you're carrying a lie because you want to live with that lie and die with that lie, right? I don't want old people to realise it's a lie you're carrying, right? Don't carry it on and on and on and on until you'll be in a position where you can't do nothing about it because you feel like you're going to lose your job. The answer is no. The problem is they lived a lie for 6 years. 6 years is like a reset button for all of us, but at the same time, you got to acknowledge don't listen to that lie because that lie will only corrupt the Norfolk Railway's reputation. Not my reputation, yours. So what happens with the railway when the railway goes boom, boom, boom? Right? You have to realise that you've got to understand the innocent parties are always outside the building. Why? The guilty ones are in the inside. So when you realise that they are all guilty, carrying the same bloody problem, same bloody fate, same everything, what happens at the end of the tunnel for all of you? The problem is, because the cops can't get involved, you know what? It's a shame to see the Norfolk Railway take on a lie above me. Why? You really want to know what will happen if you really turned it around? Get out of there, get out of that uniform, and just watch it from the outside, not the inside. Because then, if you stay away from the building, you're safe, right? If you carry on and carry on and carry on what you're doing every day, you will realise that you're screwed up. You're believing a lie over the guilty party that started it all. The people that started it all are guilty, right? I know that, you know that. But you got to let it play out. You got an innocent person, myself, then you've got a guilty management, then they're passing the lie on to you and you and you, Mr. X, Mr. X, Mr. X, Mr. X, it doesn't matter. Or Mrs. X, Mrs. X, Mrs. X, Mrs. X. Do you know what will happen? They will screw you over, the railway engines will go dead, the DMUs will be destroyed, the rail tracks will be removed, and then everything will be destroyed like it was in 1969. Do you really want that? Just grow up and realise that you're bloody talking to someone innocent, right? And I'm also been set up, so work it out. The people who set me up are the guilty party, right? You have to realise that the letter that you were given or the letter that was written in black and white to say that I'm not allowed on the premises, my voluntary license taken away, and being verbally and physically abusive. Do you know what? Ignore that because that's a lie and a setup. Right? A lot of people in the Sheringham area, Cromer area, Norwich area, all the Norfolk area, Suffolk area, all the Cambridge area, all everywhere, they all know it. Why? Because they know I'm innocent and the management are guilty. Thank you very much.